Okay, hi everybody. Today's speech is on preparations for Typhoon, which is also known as a tropical cyclone. So I'm going to start out with a pondering question, and that is, have you noticed if you're in the woods, let's say out in the mountains, you're by a campground, there's a large crowd meeting, and they have lights running. Well, you wonder where that power came from. So power for those items comes from a generator. So acquiring a backup generator during a difficult time like inclement weather is useful to get through. Time permitting, I'm going to pose a question later on, and I invite your participation about experience that you may have gone through during a typhoon, or any suggestion or recommendation that you have. So living in Japan, in this area of Okinawa, we are prone to typhoons and as for 6 months of the year. So if we look up the U.S. Air Force's 18th Force Squadron's website, you'll see that it's designated from June 1st through the end of November. We have typhoon season here, so we have to be a bit more cautious. And remember that during those weather storms, we may lose power. So unless you're in a building that is state-of-the-art, a newer built structure, you may not have a generator to fall back on. So the options are, you got to think about how to go about during that time, what safety things you're going to have. So to put into perspective the amount of importance this has, I'm going to show you an illustration, and this is called the pyramid of hierarchy of needs. So this is from the late psychologist Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So in this description or illustration, we see that these are needs that we all share. Towards this bottom part here, you see there's psychological well-being needs, and that would include like food. The next part here is the safety one that we want to focus on. So that means security. So if you're going through a difficult time, you're going to have to think for yourself or those around you. And that, of course, keeping in mind, who you're living with and what area you live at. So the options that you have to get you through a typhoon are a generator. And nowadays you have a diesel generator, which is a very common item. And you also have electric generators, which are powered by magnets and batteries. So if you look at the website homedepot.com, you'll see that a basic generator runs you about $130, and it will give you 2 outlets, and it runs for about 8 hours on a half gallon of fuel. The other option is an electric generator, and those are harder to find, but they're out there. If you do some research, you'll see how one can be assembled for you, or how you can get one. So, in my opinion, the most effective solution would be to get a portable electrical generator. A website for that also is magnetsforenergy.com. So that should give you a starting place. So I'd like to pose one question. If somebody has gone through a typhoon, or somebody learned something from a previous experience, if they want to share that with us. Okay, well, I'll share one item that stays in my memory, which is the amount of force that a typhoon has. And if you look up on YouTube, this year we had a car parked in one of our military installations, and a vehicle was lifted off the ground and was twirled around, similar to what you would do with like a hot rod child's toy. So that's just amazing how the power that typhoon has. So in conclusion, I want to review that we went through how there's a 6-month designated timeline for a typhoon. We looked at the perspective of the need for safety. We have the illustration, and we know that there's 2 types of generators. There's a diesel one and there's an electric one. Thank you for your time. to